Welcome to WRA 308, Creativity, Innovation, and Communication. Most college classes on creativity have to do with studying and analyzing creativity, often from a cognitive or social-analytical perspective. In this class, we're going to be doing a bit of studying and analyzing, but we're not going to spend the majority of our time studying and analyzing the creativity of others. Rather, we're going to be engaging in acts of creativity. We're going to explore, make, create, design, and innovate. That said, we're not necessarily going to be creative for creativity's sake. Creativity is great, don't get me wrong, but we're going to be creative for specific purposes. We're going to be creative because creativity can change our world, change how we see the world, change how others see the world around us, and how we interact with the world. This class is focused around 6 creativity projects. For each, we're going to do a little bit of looking and watching and listening and exploring, and then we're going to do some inventing, creating, and innovating. For our final project, our 7 project, we're going to do some reflecting and think back over the 6 major projects, thinking about what we can take from them and add to our mental toolkit. Because I want everyone to leave this class with a set of creativity and innovation tools to take and use in other contexts: personal, civic, intellectual, professional. I think life is really a matter of hopping from one creative issue or problem or question to the next. And sometimes those problems are tiny things we address in our everyday lives. Sometimes those problems are much, much larger. Regardless of the challenges, questions, or problems that you're going to face down the road, you should leave this class with some specific creativity and communication tools to put to use in different contexts. Throughout the class, I'm going to emphasize communication. You can have the most creative, innovative idea in the world, but if you can't effectively communicate it to others and implement it in the world, it's not going to go anywhere. Creativity and communication go hand in hand. So in this class, we'll be creating basic web pages, remixing and producing short video projects, crafting professional reports, and composing other media compositions. So along with the creativity and innovation tools you're going to leave with, you should leave with enhanced abilities to communicate your ideas in different media. So that's the big picture. Here are some specifics. All of the class materials are going to be on Angel. So now when you head into angel.msu.edu, you should see WRA 308 on your list of my courses. If you don't, email me right away. If you head into WRA 308 and into the materials and projects area, that's our main course space. You'll see right at the top our course syllabus, an incredibly important document. Read it right away and let me know if you have any questions. It has an overview of each of our major projects, important information about due dates, information about grades, and more. Back in the materials and projects area, you're also going to see a folder for week 1. Each week there will be a new folder, and inside the folder are the readings and materials and links and assignments for that week. Each week is set up as a unit with a project each week. So if we look in week 1, we'll see 2 readings. First, an interesting reading by the researchers and project engineers at LEGO. You guys only have to read chapter 1, but I've posted the entire booklet here in case you want to read the whole thing. The second reading is pretty heavy for week 1. Probably one of the heavier readings we'll do all semester. It's from a handbook on creativity, and the chapter is called The Roles of Creativity in Society. Next, you have a Rate Your Creativity test. And then the first 3 creativity cases are a series of videos that get at the contemporary digital landscape, which I think is one of the most important creativity and communication spaces ever. Project 1 is about putting a digital space to work for you, and you'll be creating web pages. So these cases are interesting in terms of the space where you'll be creating. The next 2 creativity cases are homegrown MSU examples. And finally, there's a Creativity Spark, an amazing piece of art created by a woman using a cup or so of sand and an old school overhead projector. What you'll also see in the week 1 folder is an overview of Project 1. That's the complete assignment for Project 1. And then there's also a Dropbox where you're going to upload the URL for the web page that you're going to create for Project 1. Week 1's theme is What is Creativity? and your project is titled Collecting and Archiving. For project 1, you're going to collect definitions of creativity, at least 3, and then you're also going to include at least 3 examples or illustrations of creativity, what you think is creative. Your webpage should also include your own definition of creativity and 1 illustration or example of your own creativity. I know some of you maybe haven't created a webpage before. That's okay. This class is a space to play and experiment, and I'm going to suggest some great step-by-step tools for you to try out. So that's an overview of class and an introduction to week 1 and week 1's project. I have one last piece of advice, and it's something I mentioned on the syllabus. I encourage you guys to approach this class like you would a face-to-face class, especially if you haven't taken an online class before. By that, I mean identify some time every week and set it aside to work on class-related stuff. Create a schedule for yourself. For instance, in my planner, I've marked off Mondays, Wednesdays, and Sundays from noon to 3 p.m. to work on WRA 308. You might not need that much time. You might need a little bit more time than that. But keeping a schedule and staying on top of work is really crucial for a fast-moving summer class, especially one that's online. I'll keep in touch with you guys regularly via email and by videos and on Angel, but don't hesitate to email or contact me if you have any questions at all about class, the work we're going to do, and our projects. Welcome to WRA 308.